Hi, today we are going to look at this sun sign Gemini, but we are going to take a different look. We're going to take a different perspective in understanding who a Gemini is, or what are they, what to expect from them. One thing that we can explore, which will help us to understand this sun sign, is looking at the mind, looking at the journey of the mind, how the Gemini thinks. If we can understand how a Gemini thinks, that becomes better to appreciate them. Perhaps we may not be too hard on them. We can become even more loving, understanding, more caring, because we understand it better. For example, a teacher. If a teacher understands a student's thinking processes, he or she will be able to embrace the mind and the thinking and the actions as a result of what he or she thinks at that particular moment. So for now, we are going to look, what does the Gemini think? Let us perhaps, for the sake of understanding, juxtapose between the mind as well as the feelings, because those two seem to be two opposite things. If we were to ask any sun sign, more particular the water sun signs, how they feel, they will know exactly how they feel. They will know exactly how their feelings are acting at that particular time. But if we were to ask a Gemini, or mostly any other sun sign which is an air sign, they will quickly want to take the feelings aside, apart, to figure them out, to justify them, to try to understand them. What is it that is happening to them? It is understandable, though, the world of emotions and feelings is a non-verbal world. It baffles the Gemini because things are not being spoken in the world of emotion, but they are. Because you do not need the mind to understand the world of emotions. But if you approach the world of emotions with the mind, you're gonna get a problem there. That you can leave it to the water signs as an example. This world sometimes can be proven to be frustrating because it is not the world they excel the most. One big reason for this is that emotionality can be so irrational and at times can be a perplexing thing. Gemini is associated with the mind's ability to comprehend all sorts of topics that educate us about the world in coherent ways. What this mutable air sign offers us is a concept that our minds are free to move around. Perhaps all of us we need to ask the Gemini to teach us what freedom is all about, or maybe any other air sign, because air signs, they understand what freedom is all about. So the twin has these budding awarenesses of life's duality. Almost every Gemini is very much aware of life's duality. Life's duality is mindset. So the mindset of what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong, what is left and what is also right, what is female and what is also male. So the Gemini is very much aware of such a concept. So the Gemini thinking processes is very much flexible analytical, with a very quick, logic kind of mind. Hence, it is a sign of the all. In this regard, we can say the Gemini is a very good devil's advocate intellectually, because that is when he or she can swap sides just to keep things lively, especially in discussions and debates, and to exercise more than one viewpoint on any other subject. This mutable El-Sun possesses a coordinated speed of mind. It has the ability to sell anything to anybody by knowing how to use the right ways to get its message across. This is a sun sign that can sell an ice to an eczema. It's very easy for them. You can end up buying things without knowing how come that you bought this item, simply because the Gemini understood the process of the mind, how it works, and then he or she used the right ways at the right moment in selling whatever they were selling. Gemini are so tricky that they can rationalize and talk themselves into anything they wish to believe, just by the use of self-created words. One thing that you can note about the Gemini is that the Gemini is very creative. It's very creative. They use that power. One can think, one can understand that because this is, after all, a youth sign. Youths are very creative. They are very young. They've got fresh blood, fresh energy. They can come up with different kinds of concepts, the concept that you are not thinking of. That's what the Gemini's mind is capable of. What the Gemini has to remember, though, is that the mind is not the supreme commander of the self, but a tool of that self. The twin also needs to realize that he must transcend the mind and make the mind a servant of it and not to be possessed by it. Pretty much you might have seen somebody who is possessed by the mind, especially those who know that they are genius, or those that are aware that they are clever, intelligent. Well, at a certain point in time, they can push their luck a bit too far, being possessed by the mind. We've seen it happens to other philosophers and geniuses in many years ago. Well, at times it's problematic, but at times it's also good, because that's when the energy takes over, takes place, so that he or she will be able to provide something to the world. The Gemini genius will be able to find the exact ways of expressing himself at all times and uplift all those around him through the precision of his thought process, which is the mind. See, Gemini, you are very gifted with this powerful tool. Just remember to respect it, respect the mind and its power, respect the words, and respect the actions of the mind, and then you will be very happy with yourself and with your undertakings. This is what we have for you today. We are going to explore on the next episode the principle of this sun sign, the third principle of the zodiac. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Remember, Africa, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are also intelligent. Let nobody take away that from you. I thank you.